Hey there, it's Moonlight Mystic here, and today I just want to talk about truth, the concept of truth. So we're going to begin with a verse in the Bible because, first of all, I want to talk about the Bible because a lot of Christians believe that the Bible is exclusive to Christianity. Now, a lot of what is in the Bible is not exclusive to Christianity. A lot of these truths, these verses, this knowledge, this hidden wisdom, is expressed through all types of faiths. Even though they may use different vocabulary and terminology in terms of the words they use to describe things, the principles and the wisdom and the knowledge of the spiritual consciousness that is uncovered in the Bible is shared amongst many faiths. It's the same principles that are being expressed, these principles of consciousness, of the laws of the spirit by which the universe works. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about a verse in the Bible. And I don't really claim to be religious at all. I am not a label. I've spent time in church circles and the whole Christian thing. I've spent time with Wiccans. I've spent time with Buddhists. To take a authentic journey of spirituality, of growth, of coming into more awareness of how this life works and the spiritual dynamics that are present on earth. We need to actually be able to look at things from many different perspectives. And that's not, just to see something from a different perspective is not a threat. And people act like it's such a threat, and it's not. It's just a perspective. Okay? So the verse that I wanted to draw upon today is, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about, it's the glory of kings to uncover these mysteries. Because a lot of the Bible is symbol, metaphor. It kind of has this it has many different perspectives because there's many different journeys and many different men and women of God that have all different life journeys, experiences, backgrounds, cultures that have come into connection with spirit. It is the glory of kings to unveil these mysteries, right? This hidden secret knowledge and wisdom. And actually, when we can let go of the attachment to an exclusive label or religion or whatever it is, but we can let go of that association and that attachment of defining our way, this whole thing of like our exclusive perspective is the only way and everyone else is deceived. Well, actually, the Bible is not exclusive. The Bible has been abused. There's been lots of change to transcript. There's been lots of taking books out of the Bible that were meant to stay in there and were taken out. and were removed, there's been a lot of and this is through man and through the passing down of these scriptures. Also, there's lots of verses that are taken out of context and used to judge and criticize and blame and threaten people. This whole sort of teaching about hell and all that sort of stuff. Now, I'll go into what hell and heaven actually are. It's metaphor, it's symbolism. Grow up in different families and different schooling and different education and we all have different experiences. We have a different past because we're all, in essence, unique in our own journey, and that journey unfolds and manifests in a unique way for every individual. And therefore, spirituality is not one way. This is how we came into our spirituality, is that we learned through stories, through legends, through messages that were given so that we can connect to the characters in the story and to glean the lessons that we need to integrate into our personal lives. These dynamics that are actually part of our reality on earth. What is the mystery behind this human existence, this human condition that we find ourselves in? Okay, now from that, there has been created all kinds of religions, and religion in essence is man-made. It's something that tries to control spirituality. Because within every religion is this element that comes from the system, and it's that need to be in control, the need to have exclusive right over what something means. And when we actually approach it, not in a way of trying to control other people through a truth, but actually, the Bible actually says that you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Even though that we are all at a base level the same, we want to be accepted. We have primary emotional needs of belonging, being accepted, finding our tribe, finding that love. Yet we're all different because we grow up in different families and different schooling and different education and we all have different experiences. We have a different past because we're all, in essence, unique in our own journey, and that journey unfolds and manifests in a unique way for every individual. And therefore, spirituality is not one way. That's not a truth that sets us free. That's a truth that divides us and causes war and causes judgment of who's right and who's wrong. And, it's this good, bad, right, wrong. This mentality comes from the knowledge of good and evil. Now, this is the tree that we're not supposed to be eating from, by the way. And yet we adopt this knowledge. This is the knowledge of the system. And this is the tree that we consume from in terms of our awareness and our consciousness. So we are perceiving, religion is basically perceiving spirituality through a system-based mindset. Okay? And we're instructed in the Bible that to renew our mind, we need to renew our mind, because our mind is conditioned. Our mind is system-based. Our mind is full of fear. Our mind is full of judgment. And this is the very thing that interferes with our freedom. In respect of this verse, it's the glory of kings to unveil mysteries, knowledge, secret knowledge, wisdom, right? So that's exclusive to people that sit on thrones with crowns, that are in authority. So this is kind of how we process in terms of our carnal mind. Traces back to the mind, the implant that was put into mankind through the knowledge of good and evil, consuming of that tree. So when it talks about kings, it's talking about those who empower themselves as seekers to find truth. They are the spiritual seekers, and they are the ones that are called to walk, well, not only called, but that will come into their own authority and their own power because of the uncovering of this deception of the system. And so therefore we look at this verse now and we say, okay, so it is the glory of kings, that Jesus, we call him, Jesus is the king of the Jews. He is a king because he was a spiritual seeker, he was a light worker, he was a shaman, he was a revolutionary, he was a rebel, he was all these things. He came into that kingdom and into that kingship through his consciousness, through his consumption of the tree of life. He's referred to as the tree of life. Spiritual principles of consciousness. They're the same spiritual principles of consciousness that Bob Marley came into in his unique expression, or Buddha, or Muhammad, or whatever. These are human beings that walked the earth and came into that Christ consciousness. The Christ consciousness is a mantle. It is an anointing. It is an energy that we come into. So when Jesus was being baptized, he came into that mantle, he came into that energy. He came into that consciousness, and the dove was seen there, the dove of peace. That's speaking about the higher spirit, and through that consciousness, the Christ consciousness. So Jesus was a man that came into that mantle and into that consciousness. Jesus was here to teach us how to see ourselves, how to be kings and queens of the earth, how to throw off the restraints of the system. And it's just, it's so sad to me that religion takes these spiritual principles that are intended for everybody and makes them exclusive. He stepped into that ministry, he stepped into that glory, he stepped into that kingship because he stepped into that consciousness. He didn't entrust himself to the systems of men. He entrusted himself to that internal system of his connection